Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc, Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition. Look, when I used to work at Weeder Publications, they used to have an article about drinking water in Muscle, Fitness, and Flex literally every month. And I used to get so mad because it would basically regurgitate the whole, you know what? You need to drink a gallon a day, gallon a day, gallon a day, gallon a day. It was just ad nauseum BS. And I'm like, dude, there's more to it than that. So what happens is sometimes people eat really clean or they sweat a lot, and drinking water just isn't enough. You need electrolytes. I'll explain that in a second. What I do during the day, just off the bat, is I put 2 to 3 scoops of machine fuel in a jug like this. You could get a shaker cup. You could drink out of a regular glass. You don't need to carry around a gallon jug like us idiots in the 80s and 90s did. Just something to carry water around, have water with you, drink some, but put something in it, whether it's Himalayan pink salt, a couple pinches of that, whether it's Naturalite, my electrolyte powder, whether it's machine fuel, which machine fuel is really cool because not only does it have 2 grams of coconut water powder, which is a great electrolyte source, L-leucine, valine, and isoleucine. Now what that does is those are your amino acids. It can help to increase your muscle protein synthesis during the day. Do you need it? Will it help you? It's not gonna hurt you. The main time I want you to take this is during training. What I'm saying is I do this because I like that added benefit. The main thing you're looking at is the electrolytes. I like the taurine in there for cell volumization, help with hydration. So I use this. Naturalite's another option. Put a couple pinches of salt in your water. Here's why. At the end of the day, your body needs electrolytes, right? Electrolytes help your body kind of keep that balance of electrolytes to water. You drink too much water, it flushes the electrolytes. You can't get a pump, your neurons can't fire, your muscles can't contract. Magnesium, sodium, all those things have a huge impact on that. They are vital for survival. So what a lot of people will do is they'll have a low sodium diet and then they'll have a super high water intake. And what happened? They get that imbalance. They notice they can't get a pump in their muscles anymore. They have less endurance. You know, they're not sweating as much, things like that. Because when you sweat, that's sweating out a lot of electrolytes as well. So I always recommend people put some kind of electrolyte, salt your food. Every time people have issues with training performance, the first thing I look at, or cramping, the first thing I look at is what is your intake of electrolytes? I want people to salt every meal. We're past that whole stage where New York, you know, Bloomberg went and said, okay, we can't put sodium on the tables in New York because it kills people in New York City. That was BS. Now, a lot of people who eat processed garbage all the time, yeah, they are gonna have issues with sodium. However, studies have shown that eating adequate sodium actually helps your heart. So unless you have hypertension, unless you have some issue where you can't process electrolytes and sodium, you have severe edema, you're actually gonna do the opposite. Your body adjusts, right? So if you take in a certain amount of sodium, your body will adapt. If you take in less sodium, your body will adapt. So just cutting sodium, and a lot of people go, hey man, should I cut sodium when dieting? One thing I wanna tell you guys, sodium does not have calories. So when you're dieting, what you really need to look at is total caloric intake. If sodium has no calories, same argument with creatine, then how is it gonna impact your diet negatively? Sodium's gonna do nothing but help your diet. Now, I'm not saying go out and eat 12, 15, 20, 30 grams of sodium a day. I'm saying that just put a couple pinches of sea salt, salt your food, especially when I've been out here for 3 minutes, I'm already sweating my butt off because it is so hot out here. So in issues like this, in times like this, you really need to pay attention to your electrolyte intake. Now, how much water should one drink? Your body has a built-in mechanism to prevent dehydration or death from dehydration, and that's thirst. So what I recommend is when you start feeling thirsty, take a couple gulps of water. If you're about to do strenuous activity, drink some water. If you're during strenuous activity, drink some water. I don't like putting numbers because obviously someone like me who's 240 or something pounds, very muscular, sweats a lot, exercises a lot, I'm not gonna put the same requirements on me as someone who doesn't sweat as much, doesn't move as much. So I'm not gonna say some friggin' lazy person who sits on their couch all day should have the same sodium intake as me. That's preposterous. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just use common sense. You know, drink adequate water, right? Adequate liquid intake. And remember, all liquid counts as water. Whether it's coffee, soda, whatever it is, it's all liquid. If it's liquid and it's going down your throat, it counts, all right? So it doesn't have to be just plain unflavored water. And make sure to get enough electrolytes. If you don't want to put it in your beverage, in your actual water, what I suggest you do is salt your meals. I'm not saying salt to flavor, salt to taste. Why do I recommend Himalayan salt, sea salt, things like that? Because they contain more than sodium chloride, right? They contain other trace minerals that are just good for you. So that's what I recommend. Anyway, guys, that's my hit for the day on, basically staying hydrated. Again, what I use something called Machine Fuel, which is my BCAA product, but I also put the electrolytes in there because they do help with performance, recovery, and everything in between in actual training. Since you take Machine Fuel during training, that's its application. We obviously want to keep the electrolytes in your system. I mean, think about Gatorade, right? Gatorade is essentially carbohydrate and electrolytes. Gatorade Zero is just electrolytes. So it is so important for athletes and just people who want to be active and feel good to get adequate electrolytes in their diet. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, things like that. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Again, Machine Fuel, you can buy that on tigerfitness.com. Thanks for watching. Stay hydrated.